a quick update on what I've got planned today. I've built 2 planter boxes. I got 4 more to go. And I went to Home Depot this morning. I have all the wood I need to build the 4. And I've expanded my deck where my saws go. I'm about to screw it down. And I'm going to have a good day today and tomorrow, I think. And then when I get all done with that, I'm going to organize my tools so that I can find stuff. So that's my day. There'll be a daily message a little later. Look forward to seeing you. All right, my first task this morning is I had a 2x4 piece of plywood up here, and I didn't have enough space in my mind. So clamping this is really not an option. So I'm going to screw it, and when I want to move it, I'll just remove the 4 or 6 holes that I screwed it down with. That way, the next 2 days I got a good platform to work from. And again, when I take it down and store it, it'll be no big deal. Missed that one. I guess I should measure. I feel like I can see it though. I'm gonna try 4. See how it holds, how sturdy it is. If it's not that sturdy, I'll put 6 in it. I realize if I keep doing this, I'm gonna have to upgrade these things down here, the A-frames, to maybe some metal ones. But I kind of did that on the cheap. I bought enough stuff in the last 3 days. I didn't want my wife to get sticker shock, although she wants these raised beds. But I think when I'm done with this, I'm gonna build a picket fence for her instead of buy one. Then I'm gonna build a new gate to our backyard because that one's so old. All right, it's pretty sturdy. 4 will do. if you watched any previous videos of me making these beds, I've got to take the 2x4s and cut off the excess on these because they come long for some reason. And I've usually been putting them up there and they fall off. I try and clamp them, they fall off, and I'm using a handsaw. So I'm gonna try something different today. I'm gonna use 2 pieces of this treated wood that I can't use for these beds. And I'm gonna try and do it on the ground. I might have to adjust my blade on the saw so it doesn't hit the garage floor. But after doing this for 2 days, picking up those, putting them down, picking them up, putting them down, having them fall off, crack on the end, I'm gonna try something different today. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna let you watch the first one, how I do. And if it works, little gecko running there. If it works, it's gonna save me a lot of time. I got tools everywhere. This is all new to me, so I got to organize my tools. On a rainy day, I say that every time, and it's rained almost every day. But with me working in the garage doing this, rainy day really doesn't matter. So maybe on a hot day, but then it might be too hot in here. I'm going to always have excuses, if you can't tell, for organizing those tools because I hadn't used them in years. Well, that one's pretty close. And you're going to watch me try and find stuff I left out last night. Last night I was in a hurry. I wanted to get one more done. And I got it done. And a buddy of mine invited me to dinner. He and his wife and my wife and I probably hadn't done that in, gosh, it's been a while. Probably since October. Kind of fell into a deep depression and didn't want to leave the house. Surely didn't want to socialize. So last night was pretty good. It wasn't pretty good. In fact, there's a video, a short and a long, on a little message I did on friendships and what the Bible says about 2 are better than 1. So, let me make sure you can see this. The only thing with this is, what I like about the table is I don't have to keep getting up and down because I don't have the best knees from years of sports. These overalls, they have knee pads in them, but they always are moving. And so I gotta figure them out so I can be on my knees because I can't be on my knees otherwise. I don't have meniscus in this leg, or most of it's gone. And so if I touch it to the ground, it just hurts. So, but these got pads in them. Hoping they work, but this will probably work too for now. All right, let's see if I got to raise this blade. I'm sure I do. But I learned the other day how to do that too. Because the first time I cut these, I only cut halfway through. Had to flip them over, cut the other half. I'm learning all this. And if you're not into woodworking, maybe you're watching me and learning some. If you're into woodworking and I'm doing a bunch of stuff wrong, well, I'd love a comment on how I can fix it. Okay, I'm not going to have to raise it up. It's not going to hit the floor. So I know my back's going to be to you, but I'm going to go this way. Oh, those knee pads are in a pretty good spot other than this one. I bet there's a way. I just got these a couple days ago. Bought them online. Didn't read any instructions, but I bet there's a way for them not to move. And later on today, I'm going to figure it out. Should have had eye protection on there. Sawdust will get in your eyes. Something else I got to find this morning. Again, I just kind of ran out of here last night. Did a quick cleanup, but all right, let's check that out. Let's see if I did that right. If you watched yesterday's, I didn't know that they sold 2x4x8s in different lengths and just called it like 2x4x92. It must be well, heck, that's cut perfect. Let's make sure this is I meant to do that already. 2x4x8. I think I measured them all at the store today, because in one section they'll have 2x4x8s and 2x4x92 or something. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so I got to do that 10 more times, so I won't bore you with it. I'll just get to cutting. See you in a little while. All right, now we're going to play a little math game. So I made all these. I tried to count in my head this morning at like 6 before I had coffee how much board I needed. So now I'm going to figure out if I was right. I probably should have done this when I was there at the Home Depot, but I was so focused on trying to get straight boards that I didn't check my math. So we're about to see how good I did or how bad I did, and if I got to go get a couple more boards. By the way, I probably could not have fit more boards in my 4Runner anyway. So, all right, I'm going to build 2 4x8s, and I'm going to build 2 4x4s. So a 4x8, I need, for 2 of them, I need 4 that are 8 long. Because you have 2, and then you cut one in half, and it goes this way and that way. That's 1. So I need 4 boards. All right, on the 4x4s, everything gets cut in half. I got the right amount. I got 4 because they all get cut in half. So I'll be 4, 4, 4, 4. So on the 2x6s, I did the math right. When we get to the 2x4s, I actually have some extra here, 3 or 4, and I think I bought 2 extra for my little. Can't remember what they're called, but it's what they screw into for a top. So far so good. So now I'm gonna work on the 2 4x8s because I have to cut a couple of these in half. So I'll be back in a minute. build. All right, so if you didn't get a chance, I haven't posted it, haven't edited it. I will tonight to watch yesterday's build. Here's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to use a number 6 countersink so that the screws sit inside the wood. I'm going to use a DeWalt anti-snap design. They're like a star head, and these screws, these yellow outdoor screws, have a star head so they don't strip easy. So that's what I'm going to drill like 3, 3, 3, 3 holes, and I'm going to drill them in. And that'll go, then it'll go all the way around. Then I'm going to put a 2x4 going this way, a 2x4 going that way. First, I'm going to put the cleats in. Cleat here, cleat here, cleat here, cleat here, cleat here, here, here. You get the idea. And they'll be up here. And then I'll take the 2x4, take 2 of them, put one on this side, screw it into this wood and the cleat, this wood and the cleat, this wood and the cleat, this wood and the cleat. So I've got them secured, in 2 different ways. And then I've got to measure a 2x4 for this whatever distance I have left. Once the side 2x4s are on, it'll be less than this. And I cut those to fit, and then I put the ends on. That's it, and that'll be the project. So that's what I'm going to use. So once I get everything set up and I'm sitting inside, I'll come back to you. I did take my boots off. My feet were hot. Socks were constricting. It's getting a little warm out, so I got these really. I had plantar fasciitis for 6 months. It wouldn't go away, and I bought these OOFOS sandals. They're kind of curved. I have 3 pair of them now. It's all I wear around the house. Obviously, when I'm doing yard work and stuff, I put those boots on, or some shoes that were designed for people with planters. I don't have any planters right now, but I don't want any either. So I try and keep my feet comfortable. So I'm going to do this in them. And I'm going to start on this corner where this fan's blowing nice. Probably smarter to go around and drill all of them and then screw them. But with this wood, it's not always square. A lot of it's warped. I think it is. So I I have found that it's easier to do one corner and then do that corner, and by the time you get to this corner, you can kind of adjust it if you need to, like maybe sand a little bit or do something. So it's just what I've been doing. But, and something my wife and I talked about last night that I forgot. I can probably pre-drill all these standing up. In fact, the next box I make, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pre-drill all these because they don't go. They actually don't go into this piece. They're just enough to go through here. Well, they go in just a tiny bit, but they don't need to. The screw will go in, but they they let the screw go in inside the wood so they're not sticking out. So the next 4x8 I'm going to build, which I probably won't record. After I record this, I'll probably just run through it. I'm going to pre-drill those up on that table. And it'll take me a lot less time when I get to stand up rather than sit. Although I don't mind sitting like this. I'm bow-legged. I sit Indian style. Here we go. Not real happy with where that sat. I might adjust it after I get the bottom one in. It don't want to come out. That's okay though. So they didn't line up good. They weren't. That was smart. Alright, so we're gonna do that again because this board didn't line up. It wasn't even on top. It's not even on the bottom either. That's more better. Let's see if we can make it work there. That's better. It's not perfectly even, but it's a lot better than it was. Worked. Tight. I'm blocking this drill from doing it right. Oh, that turned out horrible. In fact, that didn't even go in the wood. So I drilled these. Good night. I drilled them too close. They need to come out more. I'm learning a lot on this one. I didn't do any of this yesterday, but oh, it's because I flipped this piece that my holes aren't lining up. So I'm going to totally drill 3 new holes. I know this is taking a little time, but if I can't get this corner lined up right, none of the corners are going to line up right. So I'm just going to take a few more steps, re-drill closer, because I flipped that board. So I'm just going to drill. I know you can't see this on the camera, but so I drilled too far over, so the second one didn't even go in this wood after I flipped it. But it's lined up pretty square now, so we're going to move over a little 1/2 inch. That bit's not on right. I bent one of these yesterday doing that. I'm probably going to do the wrong thing here, but I'm going to go in the middle first. Mo better. Come on now. Big gap there. One of these boards is really warped. I don't know which one. Oh, it came back a little bit. All right, I'm going down there. This board right here is warped. Man, I really worked. I was at Home Depot a while this morning, checking boards out, standing them, walking on them, looking them this way. It's hard to get a perfect board these days, I think. Especially, I'm not putting Home Depot down, but Saturday, they hadn't restocked. So you gotta really dig. There's a whole lot of leftover bad board. Not bad. For what we're doing, I want it square, but it doesn't matter because they're going to sit on top of soil. And so I can move soil around so that they're even. So I don't have to be so concerned. I don't know if building a house, you need like everything perfect, but this I don't. If this was a little wobbly, I could put soil under that side or mud or sand and even the whole thing out. That'd be fine. But I'm not trying to do that, excuse me. I'm aiming for perfection. Terrible. Golly. It's real bad. All right, so I'm gonna play with this corner. See if I can do anything about this. Hopefully, I can. I might need Carrie to help me with this to hold it down. After I drill these holes. Might see if I can somehow clamp it. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to clamp this. Don't know how to do that. So this is just going to be shear force because it wants to go up and in. I'm gonna try. Did that again. Did that the other day and burnt my hand pretty good. I got an idea. Money. Okay, so it's not quite square, but again, I can amend the soil, maybe some sand on one of these two corners, and we're gonna be fine. I mean, we're not talking much, but I'm looking at that board right now, and it's sticking up high, and I'm gonna put a 2x4 there. And what I can do, what I'm gonna do, oh, it's not that high. I can raise the cleat up a little bit. All right. Now, I ain't done these cleats alone. Carrie's helped me on all of them. I think my little grips are going to come in handy. I'll be back in a minute. All right, as you can see, I got cleats in. They're going to help hold the 2x4s on top. So I got to screw them all to the top. It's going to take me a few minutes. I'll let you watch a little bit of it. All right, so this is going to be my first time trying to hold the cleat with the what do you call them, grip. Yesterday, Carrie held. Yesterday and the day before, she held them in place while I did it. But I'm going to try with that. And if that don't work, I got some DeWalt ones that I can probably squeeze a little harder than that. So we'll just see how that goes. I'll move the camera so you can see this. You can see how bad I do. I'll still be sitting in the way, but. And you get to see my ugly feet. These you don't want to go too far in with your hole with your screw because it'll come out the other side. So that's why I didn't drill real hard there. We learned from that. I had to back out a bunch of screws. So I'm just making kind of an indentation. That's not comfortable. Well, that worked well. Let's see how the screws do. That'd be awesome if I can build these alone because she's got a lot of stuff she wants to do today. Rain barrel being the one. All right, time for the money. It did all right. That did good. I don't think I need that anymore. Perfect. Remember, this board's sitting a little low, so I'm going to put the cleat just a tad higher so that we get a level surface for the 2x4 to sit on. All right, we'll try that. Time for the money shot. Perfect. It's raised up a little bit over the other board, which is going to make my 2x4 even. Way too far. Cracked my wood. It's gonna be good enough. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest. And then I'll come back to you. All right, I got all the cleats on. There's one in every corner. Probably overdid it, but I have a confession to make. So when I was writing out all the wood I needed today, for some reason I thought I needed 2x6s, and I actually wanted these raised beds to be 2x12. So I got enough wood for another 4x8 and a 4x4, and that's not going to work for my raised bed area. I need them 12 high, but I'm going to use this one. We grew some watermelon in our parkway, the area between the sidewalk and the street last year, just kind of in the grass, and it did well. So I'm going to see if this fits there. So we're going to go watermelon, cantaloupe, and honey doing this. And then the other two I'm just going to sell on Facebook Marketplace for the cost of wood and probably 2 hours labor. So I'm going to go back to, after my nap today, I'm going to go back to Home Depot and get the right wood and work on those. And this already cut wood I'll work on tomorrow, because I really want to get her flower beds done, because we're going to buy the soil tomorrow and she can start planting them. So that's my confession. Oh, this is going to be humorous, but I got all the cleats in, so I'm about to put 2x4s on top so you can sit on them. But at 5:30 this morning, when I was doing math for all the boards, I wrote down 2x6x8 for some reason, and it was supposed to be 2x12s by 8 feet long. And so I've cut all this wood to make 3 planters today, and they're the wrong size. So I'll probably use this one in another area of my yard where we grew watermelon last year. I guess that all goes with the territory with farming and woodwork, but I'm gonna make it right for her. All right, with all my cleats in place, I'm gonna put a 2x4 on each side. And it's kind of a ledge to sit on so you can reach the middle. If you didn't see my short, I bought the wrong wood. I meant to buy 2x12s, not 2x6s. So this will be a short bed. We have one spot that it could potentially go that we grew watermelon in last year, in between our curb and the street. The other two that I've already cut wood for and bought, all right, so you take a 2x4 and you cut it to size to fit in there. I'm not sure if it's this one or the other one. Oh, it's this one. Oh, almost got it. All right, so it should fit a little looser, but it's gonna fit because it's not far off. Okay. Okay, it doesn't need to be that tight because you're gonna screw it down, but I cut it like just barely long. Anyway, you're gonna do that on both sides and then screw it down like we screwed the other, and this box will be done. I'm gonna do that after lunch. See you later. All right, we're back at it. The last thing, I got the garage doors closed because it's hot outside. It's like 90. I'll open them back up once it starts to cool down this evening. I'm going to build a few. Went back to Home Depot, bought the right boards. So then I'm building 12 inches high rather than 6. But I'm going to finish this one. And then the ones that I was going to do, the 4x4, I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to stack them before I put the top board on with cleats. And so I'll be able to do the 4x4. Home Depot ran out of the wood I needed, but I have just enough to do another 8x4, so I should be good. But I'm going to complete this and then probably work without the camera. So if you remember, I cut this to length, and I got to cut that. I got to cut one more to length. Let's see how this fits in there. Good cut. All right, so I just got to put a couple of screws in each of those. This one will be done. All right. My screw box is falling apart. Been falling apart for 2 days. All right, let's check it out. A little closer view. All right, so it's done. So it's kind of a short bed, not a short, but a shallow bed. Again, if I can fit it in the area that that I grow watermelon in, it's going to be deep enough. It's done. This thing's going to last a while. It's got nice cleats in it, holding it together. It's sturdy. It's heavy. It's going to be a nice little short, shallow bed for someone if I don't use it. That's it for this one. I built it. So now I got to cut some wood. I already showed you all that on for my next 4x8 by 12s. See you after a while.